Rockatahi Howell,
Rockatahi Howell,
Rockatahi Howell Shai,
Rockatahi Howell Shai,
Rockatahi Howell,
Rockatahi Howell,
Rockatahi Howell Shai, Rockatahi Howell,
Rockatahi Howell,
Rockatahi Howell Shai.
Rockatahi Howell Shai.
It's brother from the city, Indianapolis, coming on start giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honor to Apostles, Elders, Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, in peace and salutation to brothers pushing the truth, week in, week out, in sincerity, charity, and love, and the spirit of Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, we're just gonna go into a quick hit, man. Hey, man, getting rebuke is a part of this truth, man. You know, because what do? We come in with that old man, all right, that old flesh that needs to be wiped away. You know, those old thoughts, you know, that need to be taken away. You know, so if you get rebuked, just understand that's a part of the truth. You ain't supposed to, get into your feelings and be butthurt about it, man. All right, go ahead, brother, with the first scripture.
Yep, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 27, verse 5. It says, open rebuke is better than secret love.
Hey, open rebuke is better than secret love. You'd rather brother openly rebuke you than to secretly not say anything to you and just let you keep going on and on and on. Hey, it's better for a brother to get on you than what? Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right? Because if the Lord get on you, it's a totally different party. You know?
Actually, what the brother is getting on you is the spirit of the Lord that's on that brother to get on your ass.
I read this next verse.
Go ahead, bro.
It will say, verse 6, faithful are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. See, ultimately, a friend, a true friend, knows when to look out for your best interest. So if the man next to you sees something you're doing that ain't right, and he sees it's detrimental to your soul, and he get on you about it. Hey, of course it don't feel good being got on, right? But ultimately, it's wounding you in hopes of improvement, man. You know that's the whole point of rebuke. You know, it should exhort you, right, to do better and learn from your mistakes. You know, whereas like it says, the kisses of an enemy are deceitful, are better than what some random nigga just bigging you up and watching you decline, man. You know, that's
Yeah. No, that's beautiful you said that, brother, because to be, perfectly honest, man, people who are rebuked the most in this world is what? Women and children. All right, a man's supposed to be able to take correction and be better. All right, he's supposed to get wiser. All right, that's the spirit of learning. We all have to be corrected to the spirit, even into the truth. We were all walking in the shadow of darkness. We have to have the correction from the Lord to walk in the light, man. All right, but also with the men who are over you. All right, you can't be all twisted about. When a man is getting on your ass, man. All right,
Just kind of grab that scripture, brother. Obey them that have rule over you.
now the scriptures. You see,
this is the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, and verse 17. It says, obey them that have the rule over you, and submit yourselves, for they watch for your souls as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief, for that is unprofitable for you.
yeah, those that got rule over us, man, and we have to be, like I said, that they do it with joy, man. We don't want them to have to just like the elders was just saying, his video, over and over and over and over and over again. That's bringing grief upon the leaders. They have to constantly repeat themselves. Constantly say the same thing over and over again, man. All right? They watching over our souls. They have to answer for us. And with them having to answer for us, guess what? They're going to be on us. They're going to be on top of us. All right? Because the Lord has set them up in a leadership position. All right? And the leader has to rule. All right? He can't let stuff slide. A leader has to have structure. A leader got to have his man in line, pretty much, man. You know? I got something real quick. This book of Galatians, chapter 1. This book of Galatians, chapter 5, verse 1. Brethren, if any man is overtaken in fault, ye which are spiritual, restore such in one of the spirit of meekness, considering thyself, lest thou also be tempted. All right? So us brothers who are in this truth are a part of that restored is getting on the brother. Let them know his faults, man. All right? Now let them continue to go off. It says, bear ye one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Hamashiach. All right? So we're supposed to bear that brother's burdens, build that brother back up in the spirit, man. All right, but you're not supposed to be all emotional and in your feelings about it, man. All right, oh, it's always on me. It was always on me, man. All right, a person has to do things. What is it? 6 weeks before it becomes a routine. So if you practice for a week and quit it again, you're gonna do it again. You have to continually work on yourself in this truth. All right, this is a continued building thing. All right, you're never gonna stop building yourself in this truth, man. You know,
growing process.
right? It's not right. It's not gonna be a type of purging and growing process, a learning process. All right, we're consistently and constantly learning. And we're being consistently and constantly learning. You're gonna have to have correction. That's just a part of it. You know, nobody walking right now is perfect, man. All right, we all fall short, man. All right, but how we get back up is what's important. How we take heed to what's said is what's important, man. All right, you got some else?
You know, I got something.
Come on,
This is Proverbs chapter 9, starting verse 8.
kind.
It says, reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee.
Mm-hmm.
Rebuke a wise man, and he will love you.
Right,
You go into the first half as well. You know, the scripture tells us that correction is grievous to him that forsaketh the way. See, so those who don't want to get right, you get on them about their bullshit, wickedness, right, so on and so forth. All right, they gonna get mad at you. Even Apostle Paul said, "What am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the
it's
truth?"
true. It's right.
All right, when you get on Jake case and they fire back and buck up and all that, man. All right, that means, man, that they really hate truth. If we being honest, you know.
Yeah,
And that second half it says what? Rebuke a wise man and he will love because what that man understands that in the grand scheme of things, you're looking out for his soul. All right,
all right,
we just read in Hebrews chapter 13 are the ones that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua said over us are our leaders. Ultimately, they look out for our souls. You see, and hey, you got leaders, that are rough, you got some that are gentle. All right, the scriptures talk about being subject to the gentle and to the firm. So you got leaders that's more that won't get on you as hard. All right, but then you do have leaders that will get on you hard. But at at the end of the day, our leaders are looking out for us, man.
that's
You
right.
know, it says verse 9, give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. See, then when you go through rebuke, you get checked, right, for certain situations, right, and giving that counsel, right, unfortunately, next time, all right, ultimately, that's for you to become wiser, for you to learn from your mistakes, right, we just stated earlier, this is a growing process, right, we all got things that we can work on, as long as the Lord is dealing with us, the Lord is going to purge us, man,
God,
spot those things out and cause us to work on those things, man. It
God, bro.
says, teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. See, so constantly growing, right? Constantly learning from your mistakes, right? To level up, man. You know, that's it.
That's the whole point of this thing is to level up. To get better and better and to grow. All right. Without no correction, you're not tend to be stagnant. You know, because you don't see no wrong with what you're doing. You don't have no, you don't have nobody to guide you. That's why the Lord sends us the apostles, elders, and teachers. That we may be guided through this truth, man. You know, that we may, get enough correction that we find ourselves worthy to make it into the kingdom of heaven, man. You know? And so, Lord willing, that was how to find to the body. And with that, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kakadash. The waters our apostle, us, maybe some of the teacher, but well. Peace, man, to the whole flag, pushing this true week in, week out. In sincerity, charity, and love, and the spirit, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahshai, all the four corners of the earth. With that, we want to say Shalom.
Shalom.